The Emperor of Mankind was becoming increasingly unhappy with his son, Magnus the Red, and his legion, the Thousand Sons. The legion had, despite the dangers it presented, and the warnings the Emperor himself had given them, continued their studies of the warp and sorcery. The Emperor soon couldn't withstand such repeated disobedience, and thus held the Council of Nicaea. Despite the arguments of Magnus and his legion, the Emperor forbade the use of sorcery throughout the legions, to the point of demanding the librarius of each legion to be disbanded. All Astartes with psychic potential were to return to rank-and-file duties within their legions. Despite Magnus's protests, the Emperor decreed that due to his son's disobedience, a unit of the Legio Custodes, the personal bodyguards of the Emperor himself, were to return with Magnus to Prospero to ensure that his decree was followed to the letter. He knew Magnus was a glutton for knowledge, who would risk anything to acquire it. This way, at least, the Emperor would know that his son would do what was told of him. Rogel Dorn's forces landed upon the world of Kutus Prime, anger boiling throughout his veins. Guilliman bade for the War Master to heed his words, and would show him the Black Oculus. He requested for his brother to place his hand upon the structure, so that he may be enlightened. Dorn hesitated, fearing some kind of deception, but reluctantly agreed to do so. Like his brother before him, Rogel Dorn felt his soul enter the realm of the gods, and unlike Guilliman, was not greeted by 2, but 5 figures which formed from the very swirling chaos that was before them. As they did with Guilliman, they told Dorn the origins of the Emperor and the source of his otherworldly powers. But additionally, they told Dorn that only he, as War Master of Mankind, could save the human race from extinction. The Emperor, they told him, would not only destroy the Astartes after the conquest of the galaxy, but slowly would destroy all of humanity, so that he could ascend to godhood. They explained that they simply wished to be left alone, and thus would do anything to assist the War Master in his goals, for their goals aligned. If the Emperor's plan to become a god were to fail, Dorn would be made a hero of the Imperium. No, not a hero. A saint. Humanity would enter a new golden age, guided by the fist of Rogel Dorn. Rogel Dorn initially denied such a thing could be possible, but the godly beings filled Rogel's mind with visions of the past, of the present, and what must have been the future. Or at least, a future. He was shown a future where humanity would become paranoid and violent, locked in a dark age of mythology and eternal suffering, where, in the grim darkness of the far future, there was only war. He was shown visions of ghostly beings wreathed in flame and bone, a twisted mockery of the proud and noble Legio Astartes. He saw his beloved brother Sanguinius dead before his father's feet. But Dorn could stop this nightmare, and the godly beings would help, for a small yet eternal price. Dorn couldn't believe what he was seeing. It couldn't be real. But everything deep within his soul told him that not only was it real, but Dorn, and only Dorn, could prevent the damnation of the human race. When Dorn's soul returned to his body, he turned to his brother, Rabute Guilliman, and demanded that he would summon the brothers they could trust with such sensitive information. Guilliman was ordered to summon, the dauntless few